The whole point of having customers is so they get you more customers. So if you actually focus on the ones you got, then they'll be so excited to share their experience with other people. And then you can have more customers and you don't have to focus on both things. You can focus on one thing and the other, and that the results of that are more customers.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Oh, and stick around to the very end because we got some outtakes. That's been happening.
There's always outtakes, and the team does collect them for bloopers on the YouTube, but we're adding them into the end of the pod because you know what? You need to know that we are not perfect. You're not perfect.
And
Nobody's
we're
perfect.
enjoying the process.
And we are enjoying that. So have a good laugh on our behalf. Love you. Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the candid convo I had with Brittany Hodak in our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that episode, you can pause this, listen to that one, then come back and listen to this one. You can listen to this one, then listen to that one. You can also listen to this on the OPC app.
Oh,
and
yes,
it's
you
really
can.
really easy to see which episode you want to choose, and you can choose your own adventure. And then let us know how you do it. Anyways, today is National No Dirty Dishes Day. And I'm going to be it till I see it on this. So I'm hopeful, and I'm going to celebrate that I remembered to do the dishes. And even if I only wash one dish, it's pretty badass. But according to the calendar, make your sink happy, wash your dishes. We're currently in
Wait, did
Seoul.
you say make your sink happy?
Yeah, that's
I thought you said make your spouse happy. No, make your sink happy.
Sink happy. No. Baby. We'll call my dad over to wash those dishes. You guys, okay, this is a side note. My father, has to be helpful, and he cannot handle dirty dishes.
He hates the dirty
He
ketchup.
picks us up for the gym all the time, and he literally, if we're taking too long, he'll get up and start washing the dishes.
Yep.
Because he just can't handle any dirty dishes in the sink.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, we're currently in Seoul. And we are at the Balanced Body Pilates on tour, having the best time, and selling all of these flashcards. So if you are in Seoul, we've got them at the POT right now in real time. Next month is June, and we are doing a Profitable Pilates workshop again. We're really excited about this. The topic is TBD, but if you are on the wait list for this workshop, then you are absolutely going to be able to help us choose, or you'll find out first. But we're doing this again. It's going to be a different topic than we had before. Profit, PRFIT, so a different way of spelling profit. PRFIT.biz/workshops. Just go in the show notes. It's right there.
Yeah.
July, the UK Mullet Tour is selling out, actually. So at the time that we're recording this, we are half sold out, and that is
amazing. We're so fired up. We can't wait to be there, to see everyone, to be up in Leeds, to hang with Claire, to see her amazing studio.
I know.
And it's a hop, skip, and a jump from Ireland, Scotland, all of course the UK.
And it's also train right away from London. So if you're traveling in, super easy. We're coming down from Scotland. So Guy is not coming with us, and that's why, because she barks. Then in August, we are going to go on a West Coast tour. So this is super exciting. We're packing the van. We are bringing the dogs on this one, and we are going all up and down the West Coast. You'll want to go to opc.me/tour if you want to get on the wait list so you don't miss out where the stops are and you can get your ticket. September, we are in Poland, and you can actually buy your tickets now for that. That link is also in the show notes because these links are long, guys. So we're just going to put them in the show notes. October, Cambodia. Cannot
wait to go back.
Freaking goodness. I was looking at pictures the other day, and I was like, yeah, we live there sometimes. So stoked to go. Amazing women already signed up on this trip. My mom, shout out to my mom. She was so excited to go.
She's trying so hard.
She just has to call in sick is really what's got to happen. So, and
her school's vacation, she's a teacher. Her school's vacation days were the week before we're there.
But they also have other paid time off. Like they also have that, you know?
Yeah, we talked about it. We spoke about it.
Yeah, we're gonna work it out.
Yeah.
November is Miami. I can't think of a better time to be in Miami, but November.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
So fun. And that's gonna be for the Balanced Body POT and some other stuff that Erica and I are doing there together at some Club Pilates. So, make sure you hit us up so you never miss out on these good things. Basically, like I said last time, I want to see you in real life. So come when we're there because I don't know when we're coming back. Anyways, before we dig into the interview with Brittany, Brad, do we have an audience question?
Yeah, we sure do. Okay, this is from Teresa.
Yeah, OPC Teresa.
Yeah, she said, I have a strap and I do use it. However, I think she's referring to a strap on the mat. On the mat. FYI. If you have a yoga style mat, there's no strap attached to it. If you have like the really the firm Pilates mat, it may have a strap on the bottom. So she says, I do have a strap. And I do use, however, how can I use it or not to connect more to my inner thighs during the roll-up and neck pull, but something between, should I put something between my ankles and feet to squeeze?
So, okay, this is a Pilates question, and I loved it so much when we got it that I was like, well, this is a great, we can absolutely talk it on the pod, but also you got to see it to believe it. So if you go to the onlinepilatesclasses.com YouTube channel, and I'm sure we can put the link to the actual video. We did a live I answered this as a live question on YouTube, so we'll find that and put in the show notes. But because then you can see it. So here's the deal: if you have a mat with a strap, your inner thigh connection actually has to be something that is innate. It's a natural occurring that you have. So your legs will be apart, and you can't squeeze them together, but you try. You have this energetic try, and this also outer thigh thing. This is so hard to explain on the podcast, which is why I filmed it as a tutorial on OPC's YouTube for this exact reason. But here is the deal. Do not use the strap to push out and squeeze in. You are you're actually playing tug of war with yourself, and it's not going to work. So what I had suggested in the YouTube video is this. If you need more outer thigh connection, you use the strap, nothing else. And what you can do is use a ball or a block between your legs for things like the roll up or other exercises where you squeeze the legs together, spine twist. This way you're strengthening that inner thigh connection, but then you can use the strap for what it's for on the neck pull, which is to help emphasize the outer thigh connection. And then you hope and pray that your inner thighs remember how to work without a prop. So here's it. I love props for flair, for helping you access different parts of your body, but I also like taking them away so we can see if we can call upon that strength without the prop. So that's what neck pull is. Neck pull is asking you to call upon the strength of your inner thighs without having access to squeezing them. And yeah, so use a strap for neck pull. I swear to God, you'll like it more. You'll still won't love it, but you'll like it more. And then work your inner thighs and other exercises where there's more access to that, and then challenge yourself. But if this is all gibberish to you, no problem. Totally understand. That's why I made a video. Go watch it. Thank you.
Actually, we're gonna put that video in the show notes, so that you don't have to try to envision this. If you don't know anything about Pilates, you can ignore this whole entire thing.
Anyways, we have a 3-part series that is free. It's called Full Body in 15. You can go to fullbodyin15.com, and I actually teach you how to do about 20 exercises at a level that anyone can do. And it will help you kind of understand. It will help you get ready for a Pilates class anywhere, whether it's with me or in person anywhere. So if this was gibberish to you, go to fullbodyin15.com. And if you understood this completely, thanks.
You're amazing. The other thing is too, P.S. If you want to have questions, if you have questions about your own personal practice and you want some expert eyes on them, join OPC, because OPC members get to send in questions every Friday or any time during the week. Mm-hmm. But on Fridays, our teachers will be reviewing any submissions from our members and answering them in the private group. So this is a great reason to be in OPC, because it's an awesome resource. And literally nobody else is doing this. That's why we're doing it, because why not? Everybody has questions about their practice. So it's a perfect opportunity. And if you're a member and you're not taking advantage of it, you should.
Do it.
Yeah. So Great question, Teresa. Thank you so much for asking that. Hang on, we'll be right back. Okay, now let's talk about Brittany Hodak, the creative mind behind Superfans, the book, and a powerhouse keynote speaker. Brittany is a fountain of wisdom when it comes to customer experience and also gleaning some of her most valuable lessons of life from her kids. Specifically her son, whose name is Coda, spelled backwards is...
It's Hodak.
Hodak.
Yeah.
Coda Hodak.
Well, I guess Hodak spelled backwards is Coda.
Hodak Coda.
It's like, yeah, so he's...
Coda,
no, it's
Hodak.
Coda. Oh my goodness, babe. He's a palindrome.
I'm looking at it and it messed with my brain.
Yeah, I know. I asked her, I got to hang out with, in real time, I got to hang out with her yesterday, and I asked her, she brought up about Coda, and I asked her, like, where did that name come from? And she's like, oh, it's Hodak spelled backwards, it's a palindrome. So I was like, that's fucking cool.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, that is not how, like, not every last name could be a name like that. So that's cool. So I really love that she brought this up. And this is actually, what I love really about this is that she got this tip from a course she didn't even finish. So for anybody who's ever bought something out there in the world and not finished it and gone, oh my God, I never finish things. I bet you got something amazing. I bet you got a fucking gem from what you did listen to. And so she bought Marie Forleo's course. It really helped her. She said she didn't finish, but in the first couple of minutes, she says, Marie says, I don't do overwhelm. And so she said, Brittany said, it's a choice to be overwhelmed or not overwhelmed. So being overwhelmed is not beneficial. It does not help you get anything done better. It doesn't actually help you think of anything to get done better. It's not a good mental state. So she doesn't do it. And I think that's a really cool, like, it's like a really cool, like, choice. Like, I don't do overwhelm. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, well, I actually don't do overwhelm. So, like, what can I do to fix this thing? And you save so much time on, like, not dealing with, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. You just skip over that, right? So my creatives, you can do it because she is one. I also, she helped, she had a team help her craft a book. And I think this is really important. It's really important to understand, like, most things you see out in the world were not done by someone by themselves. Like, even an artist who maybe paints the whole painting, someone had to make the paint. Someone had to do the thing. They had to go to a store and get the things. Like, there's an inspiration to the art that if that inspiration had never happened, then they wouldn't have it. So get over yourself. You don't have to do it all on your own.
Well, I think also it's like a permissions thing. You know, the reality is she specifically said, I didn't ask for help soon enough.
Yeah.
And I thought about writing a book. And I thought, that's crazy. I don't even know that I would have thought to ask for help. And I, like, listening to her experience, it was like, oh, maybe right out of the gate, right? And we obviously just had a really interesting conversation with Jake Kelfer.
Yes.
Because he helps people write books. And imagine having someone help you from start to finish, as opposed to, she said, she literally wrote over 100,000 words, which she then chopped down to 57,000 words. So that's a lot of writing, a lot of effort, a lot of thinking for basically chopping literally half of what she wrote. Just so that it could be like a digestible message in the book, and having guidance ahead of time. She finally said, when I did ask for help, I had made this big mess, and then my team came in and helped me do it, and then she started talking to a publisher and all this stuff, and that like really streamlined it even more. So, especially imagine had she asked for help before she felt overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I think that's why that's probably why she was like, I don't do overwhelm. So then, like, you bring on the team. So I just think that, like, one of the greatest things you could do for yourself with any goal you have is figure out where support can come from. And maybe it's not support on the actual project. Like, maybe you don't need an editor right now, but maybe it's getting help with childcare. Maybe it's getting help, like, remember when I was overwhelmed in 2018? I was just really overwhelmed because there was things I wanted to do for myself, but that required me to drive 3 miles across town, which in LA, good luck. And right. And so when the lease came up on the car, we realized it's actually cheaper. At the time, it's not the same anymore. It was cheaper to just Uber everywhere and use scooters and stuff like that. So we just got rid of the car so that someone else could drive me around, so that I could get some work done. So like that support can come from a variety of different ways. Maybe you do meal orders, like so you can have time.
We've done that, especially when we know we've got an insane week coming up, like for Agency Mini.
Yep. Our meals are delivered.
We pre-plan ordering all the meals that week because we know there's not a chance I can even take 20 minutes to make lunch. We need to just sit down, eat, and get back to it.
Yeah. So anyways, I really hope that what she said there just like really inspires you to like, who can I ask for help? And then also, I don't know, practice saying, I don't do overwhelm. I don't do overwhelm because I don't do overwhelm. So I'm going to do this. Like, I love that. What did you love?
Yeah. So she said, she specifically said, what's so cool is that customer experience is universal. And what I found really interesting is that she actually worked for the company called Experience.com, and she was their chief experience officer for the website rebuild of Experience.com. So think about that. Like, she has to be super expert at this in order for the company whose job is experiences to hire her as their CEO, Chief Experience Officer.
Yeah, but I think they call it like a UX.
Yeah, it's UX.
Yeah.
Yeah, UX UI. But she was basically in charge of the experience of the rebranding of their website. And that's pretty amazing. She said, what's so cool is that customer experience is universal. She believes that the industry should rethink how to improve customer experiences. And what she was talking about was, it's applicable to any industry. So think about if you're in Pilates or you're running a fitness business, how can you improve your customer experience? She mentioned these kind of problems. New businesses are constantly seeking new customers instead of actually trying to improve the experience of the customers that they already fought so hard to get the first time around. Mm-hmm. We have this weird approach of like, okay, I just need to get 10 new customers a month. Well, what if you got 10 new customers the first month and then you kept them so that the next month you don't have to get 10 more, right? And you can really do that with their experience in whatever it is that your product is.
Also, she has said, like, the whole point of having customers is so they get you more customers. So if you actually focus on the ones you got, then they'll be so excited to share their experience with other people, and then you can have more customers and you don't have to focus on both things. You can focus on one thing and the other, and that the results of that are more customers.
Yeah, so actually that's exactly one of the quotes that she has in her epigraph in one of her books. An epigraph is the quote at the end of a chapter. She quotes a guy named Shiv Singh, who is the CXO. It's not CEO, it's CXO, Chief Experience Officer at Lending Tree. And he said, the purpose of a business is to create a customer who creates customers. So think about that. Like, that is the ultimate. If you ever go and you study the customer journey, the final step is that they are basically out there shouting from the rooftops on your behalf, right? That is like the journey. If you can get them through all of the 5 steps of the customer journey, the 5th step is that they're helping refer people to you, right? And so that's exactly right, what you just said.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
And you can help get them through those other parts of the journey by cultivating an experience that they just fall in love with. So, yeah. All right, so finally, let's talk about those beit action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your convo with Brittany Hodak? Basically, she summed up in 2 really helpful things. The first thing she said is, be kind.
Yes, who did these come from, though?
Well, be kind was her kid.
Both of them. Her kid said, right. I think you should say, be kind and listen.
Listen. Oh, yeah, 4 words.
4 words.
That's exactly right. So her son, who I don't know how old he is, she didn't say.
5.5 now, but at the time he's probably 4.
Right. Hey, Mom, I think you should tell everyone to be kind and listen. And then he apparently ran out of the room. That's right. That's amazing. So her first beit action item is to be kind. And she said it's applicable to everything in life. She also had a good laugh and said, did he just write 4 words, which is my entire book, and I wrote 100,000?
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to be kind, it pays you to be kind, right? So you have an ulterior motive, P.S., for people, especially if you're in customer service or you're in the service industry in general, and you have someone who is frustrating you, it will pay off in dividends if you are kind. And she said, it's just not going to serve you in the long term. We'll have the cutting, sarcastic, snarky, remarks that go through our head, or the things that like the frustration builds up to. But if you have the chance to take a breath prior to responding and be kind instead of frustrated, then it's going to really help their experience, and hopefully you can win them back over. Now, there are times, I think, when you should be drawing a line in the sand, and you can definitely fire clients. I'm not saying that you should just bend over for everybody, but
no.
Often there is a miscommunication, or the customer is frustrated about something that maybe wasn't clear to them, and then as soon as you explain it to them, they like chill and everything's okay, right? But there's that moment of like, you might feel like you're being attacked.
Well, and also,
maybe you can diffuse it.
So also, like, I always take some of those things as like, it does feel like an attack, because I get it. Y'all, it feels like an attack. But it's not. It's not personal. It's like their experience. And oftentimes what I do is I'm like, oh, if someone, like, where did we, like, let's review. Did we actually make sure that we've told this person 7 times? Like, we think we told them 7 times? Like, did we actually tell them 7 times about this thing? And then it's like, oh, you know what? If they skipped these emails and only read this one, then they didn't see it. So how can we like update it so it's just a bit more clear? And so that doesn't mean I have to like bend over backwards for that person, but I can listen to that feedback and use that feedback to enhance the experience for future people. And I can be kind and say, thank you so much. I'm going to review my systems in this place.
Yeah.
And so like it's, please don't become a people pleaser, because your business will actually please nobody that way,
Yes,
but like,
and I do, like I said, I do think boundaries are important, but we just had an experience recently that I still have a hard time with. We started including text messaging into our customer service experience, our customer experience. So sometimes we text like lots of people at the same time, and we use our CRM to do that and all the things. Well, the very first time that we ever sent out a mass text, we had dozens of people do what? What do? If they don't want text messages, what are you trained to do these days? Is you reply with the word stop. Well, it used to be that you needed to reply stop in all caps, right? So like now you can just type stop. If it's alone, that'll trigger it. But we sent out a text message, and I'm not kidding, a dozen people replied stop in all caps, and I literally felt like they were shouting at me. I was like, oh my God, like what? And I was like really having a hard time to chill out and put myself in their shoes. What are they doing? They're just getting a text, and they're probably not pissed, they're probably not angry, but because they were replying in all caps, I felt like they were shouting.
Yeah, oh,
stop!
I understand. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, right? And then I thought, oh wait, I do that too. Like, or I'll reply to an email, unsubscribe, and it's not personal, and I'm not like pissed at them. Maybe what's crazy is I've actually been subscribed with more than one email to an email list, right? Yes. And I'm like, damn it, I'm tired of getting 2 of the same email. So one of them I'll say unsubscribe, right? But
you don't say it, you just hit the button.
No, you can reply back. Like sometimes you just reply back.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is like, taking it personally, that it might not be personal. If you can put that in their, yourself in their shoes and see what they're doing, it might be as like insignificant as them being like, oh, I don't want to actually get text messages from these people, but I'm happy to get their emails. So they just reply stop to the text.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we also texted everybody on Thanksgiving. So people were like, fuck.
Yeah, I forgot to put your name in that text. That was hilarious.
So no one knew.
Everyone was like, hi, Brad. I don't know who you are, but
you are.
Like, thanks for the really nice, happy Thanksgiving message, but maybe you have the wrong number?
Anyways, We basically summed up my be it takeaway with this whole thing. We did. But I also think, like, you know, be kind and listen. What if it's the only takeaway you take from this entire episode, that is good enough for today, I think. So we love Brittany. Guys, her book is out. You can buy it anywhere books are sold. And if you did buy her book, after you're done leaving us a review, go to Amazon and leave her a review. And here's the deal. It is, if you've ever done a project that takes over a year of putting it together and putting it out in the world, the reality is that things like podcasts and books, they only get sold and seen by other people if reviews are happening. So take a moment to do it, because I bet you'll have something in life where you want that karma returned, and it will come back to you tenfold. I'm sending it out to you right now. I'm Lesley Logan.
And I'm Brad Kroll.
Thank you so much for joining us today. You are incredible human beings. I am so fucking grateful for you, and I love doing this podcast.
Yeah.
It's a dream. So I can be honest, there's so many fucking amazing guests coming up. Don't miss an episode, because you're gonna be like, what? So at any rate,
how are they gonna be?
What? Share this episode however you know how, and until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Kroll.
It is produced and edited by the epic team at Diseño.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Chofi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals, and Samena Velazquez for our transcriptions.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all the content to our website. And finally to Meredith Kroll for keeping us all on point and on time.
I feel like I'm in the thick-in camera.
No, you're for the first time, you're like a proper size. Which is so funny.
Really? Did you just do that to my chair?
What did he do? He swiped the chair?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah. August, be it till you see it.
Recap.
Oh, it's aggressive. Enthusiastic.
Yeah, exciting.
Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the candid convo I had with Brittany Hodak in our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that...
What just happened?
I don't know. I decided in my head, my brain was like episode, interview, it got a little confusing.
Great. Let's start that over.
Oh, okay. Welcome back to the...
What?
I'm sorry, we did
Where is my mind? They have a very famous song before Fight Club made it even more famous, and it goes, stop!